In today's video, we're breaking down the offense that has made Lamar Jackson one of the most electrifying quarterbacks in NFL history, and I'm going to show you how you can bring that same explosiveness into Madden 25. The Ravens built their entire scheme around Lamar's unique skill set, crafting a system that's all about getting him into space and maximizing his impact both as a runner and a passer. From design QB runs to creative play-action shots, every element of this offense is designed to keep defenses guessing and put them in impossible situations. So we're going to do a deep dive into how you can dominate with Lamar's legs using a wide array of QB run concepts that are specifically built to turn his speed and agility into game-changing plays. Then once defense starts selling out to stop the run, we'll open up the field with our motion-based passing concept and RPOs that make defenders pay when they overcommit. In this series, we're going to be rolling out 6 unique offenses, 3 made for each game, that embody the playmaking and versatility of athletic star QBs. Today, we're diving deep into 4 of these offenses, showcasing the diverse ways that you can dominate on the field. Plus, stay tuned for 2 surprise offenses that are on the way, adding even more options for you to run these offenses. Now, we're going to be running all these explosive schemes out of Liberty's playbook in College Football 25 and then the Ravens playbook in Madden 25. Then each offense will have its own unique scheme, but because we're using them in the same playbooks, you'll be able to mix and match elements from each one to create one unstoppable offense. Now, Lamar Jackson's ability as a runner makes him one of the most dangerous dual threat quarterbacks in NFL history. Now, in Madden 25, we can replicate this same dominance by using him in a variety of design QB runs. These are plays specifically crafted to maximize Lamar's elite speed, vision, and unmatched ability to make defenders miss in the open field. Now, the first play we're looking at here is read, counter, bash, and normal Y off close, and this is an incredibly explosive QB run that we can use to get into space and pick up some huge gains. Now, on this run, it is technically a read play where we can read the backside and we can decide to hand it off, but I basically always keep it, and even if the end crashes and is playing on the QB, if you have a fast quarterback, you can have speed to beat him to the edge and basically turn it into a QB power run. On this run, the backside guard and tackle will also pull around and become lead blockers for your quarterback, and you want to use these players to spring you and allow you to get a ton of big pickups on the ground. Then the other run we bring to the table here is QB wrap and spread double flex. This is an incredible straight QB run where you will fake a handoff, then you'll have a pulling offensive lineman leading the way, and you want to get downhill right away, and you can pick up some really big yards. This type of power QB run is something that the Ravens would use a ton to make defenses pay and let Lamar be the engine for their run game. On this run, you really want to be patient and let your O-lineman set up the blocks before you break out from behind them, and this is going to make this run incredibly tough to stop. Then one of the keys for unlocking Lamar's full potential in Madden 25 is through the use of motion and package plays. By moving players pre-snap, we force defenses to reveal their coverage and create mismatches that Lamar can exploit. Combining these motions with creative play designs like RPOs, jet sweeps, and read options adds a layer of unpredictability, keeping defenses on their heels. And when executed properly, these plays not only open up running lanes for Lamar, but also create explosive opportunities in the passing game. So the first of this 2-play sequence will be RPO alert orbit and Y off trio weak. This is a great play to get our playmaker the ball in space where he can attack the edge of defenses, and it is really difficult to shut down. I like to come out with the trips to the short side of the field. Then this play will have our wide receiver do orbit motion around the quarterback, and if the defense stays inside, you can flip it out to him on the edge, and he'll have blockers out in front, and you can get some really nice yards. Then if you do the motion, you see a user leave the middle to run with the orbit, then you just want to hand the ball off the middle, and this should let you pick up some easy yards. And we're also going to have multiple pullers out in front leading the way on this run, so it can help spring you for some really nice gains on the ground. Now, the play we want to use off the orbit screen is going to be orbit PA scissors. Now, this play works after setting it up with the screen a few times because we're going to have that same orbit motion around our quarterback, but now we're going to run a play action fake, and we're going to have multiple vertical routes getting down the field that we can throw it into for some big gains. Now, to set this up, come out with your trips to the wide side of the field, then just take the receiver who's on a post and put him on a streak route. Now, the whole goal on this play is to use the orbit motion to pull the user out of the middle of the field. Then when that happens, we can look to the dig it, attacking the middle and fire it in for a big pickup. Then the other option here is we can high-low the flat defender, and if he stays down, then look to the deep out route as he breaks in along the sideline. Then lastly, we have 2 checkdowns on this play with players in both flats, and we can go to either one if the deeper options are taken away. Now we're going to be breaking down the formations we are going to use in this scheme and go over the plays we are going to break down in them as well. And I'm also going to show you some of what we will break down on Scheme Kings. Now the first formation we're looking at is spread double flex, and this is a 2x2 spread look that forces the defense to cover the entire field, making it perfect for stretch stretching defenses horizontally. By spreading defenses out, we can open up running lanes for Lamar Jackson to exploit and create space for quick passes to the outside. This formation allows us to mix in design QB runs like RPOs and quick passes, keeping the defense guessing, and with the balance of the run and the pass, it's ideal for using Lamar's dual threat abilities and creating a ton of opportunities for explosive plays. So the first play we are breaking down here is motion fake swing mid screen. This starts with a running back motion across the field. Then once you snap the ball, your wideout will come down the opposite way and you can drop it down to him on a screen pass with a wall of blockers out in front, and this can spring you for a big gain. Now I like to run this with the screen to the wide side, and with the motion of your running back, this can really pull the user out of the middle of the field, and now this takes an extra player out of position who now isn't going to play the screen pass, and this can open it up even more and allow you to pick up some even bigger gains. Then the other part of this play is if everyone stays inside on the screen, you can throw it out to the running back on the swing pass and let him pick up some yards out on the edge of the defense. The next play we have is motion double slant wheel. This is a great play to push the ball down the field versus zone coverage, and it is one of the best ways in this playbook to take deep shots down the field. Now the go-to route is going to be the slot wheel on the short side of the field. Against cover 3, the deep blue cornerback will get held inside by the streak and the wheel will get outside of him, and you can back shoulder it for big gains. Then against cover 2, it'll get even more open with the deep half getting held way inside, and once the slot fade clears the flat defender, you can bomb them deep down the field. Then if the slot fade isn't open, look to the middle of the field, and if the linebackers and user bite down on the drags, then you can throw the crosser in behind them. Then if the D stays back, then you can check it down to either of the shallow crosses underneath. Then if you want to take this offense to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now, I have the second part for this Lamar offense live right now, and it is going to be 10 more plays for this scheme that you can combine with the stuff you find in this video, and it is going to make this offense an absolute terror for defenses to deal with. Then we have 4 other videos up for this scheme on the site, with the first being a QB run school that is going to be 40-minute breakdown of 7 different styles of quarterback runs and advanced tips and tricks to make them almost impossible to stop. Then I also have my Tebow, Cam, and Vick schemes up live right now. Then there will be a ton more videos coming on the site for this scheme that will be only found up there. Then also on the side, I have my Bama defense where I break down a ton of match coverages and some great blitzes, and we have stuff on the site for both Madden and college football for this Saban defensive scheme. So by subscribing to the site, you'll get access to all my Madden 25 and college football content for one price. So on the site, you can purchase the yearly membership, which will save you $50 over the course of the year. Then I'm also running my mobile QB sale on the site, and this will run until October 7th. Use code MOBILE to get 50% off your first month if you do the monthly membership. So if you want to check out the site, I will link it down below. Then next we have normal Y off close. This is another 2x2 formation, but this time we feature an inline tight end that gives this offense both balance and versatility. This setup is perfect for mixing in a variety of motion-based QB runs, using Lamar's speed and agility to exploit the defense, and we also have a ton of plays that use motion all over the field to scheme our players into open grass. Now with the tight end in line, we can also incorporate a dynamic pass game that attacks all levels of the field, whether it's short quick passes underneath, intermediate routes attacking the middle of the field, or vertical shots down the field. And it is going to make this offense an absolute terror for defenses to deal with. Next up, we have the play double slant. This is one of the best deep shots you will use in this whole offense to get behind zone coverage for huge gains. Now the key route is the tight end wheel route, and he's going to get in behind flat defenders, and the post will get run off by the deep blue defenders, and you can drop it in for some really big pickups. This can also be a one-play touchdown versus match coverage. You want to look for your post as he breaks into the middle, and the rest of the routes will put this guy into 1v1 coverage, and you can bomb them deep over the top. Then on this play, we have the running back, and if the flat defender is dropping out under the wheel, you can drop it down to him. Then lastly, we have our 2 other routes over the shallow middle of the field, and these can be check downs and hots versus the blitz. Next up, we have the play escape. This is a great zone beating play where we're going to have 4 different routes that we can go to that all attack different areas of the field. Now the first thing is we can high-low the flat defender on the short side, and if he bites down, then throw the tight end out route along the sideline. Then if he stays back, we have a really unique running back whip route that will break out to the sideline. This is a great option as well. Then we can also attack the wide side of the field with the corner route, and if the deep blue defender gets run off, then you can just drop this corner route in along the sideline deep down the field. Then lastly, we do have the Z post, and versus a cover 2 safety look, he can split the safeties, and if the user stays shallow, then you can fire it in for a big pickup. Then we have Y off trio weak, and it is a trips formation with an inline tight end, giving us a diverse and versatile run game. We'll lean heavily into package plays that work seamlessly off each other, keeping defenses off balance and opening up a ton of big plays. The strength of this formation is the ability to use motion to get our playmakers the ball ball in space. And with Lamar's ability to stress the defense both on the ground and through the air, this formation allows us to create explosive plays. Next up, we have the play motion PA deep over, and this is an amazing man-beating play that gives you 4 really good options that do a great job of attacking man coverage at each level of the field. Now, this play starts with an auto motion down from your wideout, then he's going to run a crosser to one side of the field, and you will have another shallow cross coming the other way, and you can go to whichever one is more open for a big pickup. Then our other option is if the user stays over the middle and takes the crossers, then we do have our tight end breaking on a corner route that goes out towards the sideline, and this can get you a ton of yards. Then lastly, if they have no deep safeties, then we have a post from our slot receiver, and then as he breaks deep, if he is open, you can fire it in and bomb the defense over the top for huge gains versus man coverage. Now, with just what you have here for this Lamar offense, you are going to be in a great spot. But then remember, there's part 2 of this offense up right now on Scheme Kings that will help you make this game plan way more difficult to stop, and is going to give you so many more options to attack defenses. But then if you want a full breakdown of the idea behind my full ultimate dual threat QB offense and a deep dive into the personnel we will be using for this scheme, then you need to check out the intro video for this whole offense right here.